The Adventure of the Missing Countess by John Koons. It was a glorious spring day in the year 1889. The air was still brisk, but surprisingly fresh for the city, and the walks and lanes down which I trod were lined with fragrant and colourful rose bay willow and London pride. I awoke this morning fully with the intent of escorting my lovely wife Mary, at her request, to the travelling circus that had made nearby Tunbridge Wells its temporary home. But those plans were laid aside, much to my wife's dismay, by an urgent communication from my friend and associate, Sherlock Holmes. As I walked the accustomed route to 221B Baker Street, I reflected on some of Holmes' past adventures, which started out in this exact same manner. Upon arriving at my destination, Holmes greeted me warmly. "Ah, Watson, so good of you to come." "Come, Holmes," I replied. "I have rarely declined an opportunity to accompany you on one of your cases." "Quite so, but since Mary Morstan made an honest man of you, your availability has been somewhat more limited." "One of the small disadvantages of married life, I'm afraid." "A small disadvantage, to be sure. Married life agrees with you, old boy." "Not that I disagree, mind you, but what leads you to that conclusion, Holmes?" "Elementary, my friend. You have, of late, been more ebullient than ever. Your apparel has been more carefully coordinated, the obvious influence of a woman's keen eye for fashion, and is better tended to, save for the small stain there on your vest. Kippers, I would say, which indicates that you are being well fed. The fact that your ample stature has become even more so by 8 or 10 pounds would tend to support this conclusion. You are more precisely groomed, your shoes are finely polished, and you appear more rested and less tense, an obvious benefit of the sort of companionship that you formerly lacked. Your occasional discourse regarding your wife is always favourable, and the very fact that you have been less available to join me lately clearly indicates that you are enjoying your current situation and reaping the benefits." "Holmes, you never cease to amaze me." "Nor I myself, old boy." "So what are we on to today?" "Come, Watson, I'll tell you all I know in the cab." In the carriage, Holmes explained what he knew of the case. "Do you know the name Countess Virginia Thurgood Willoughby?" "As a matter of fact, I do. I read an account of the Countess Willoughby recently in the society pages of the Strand magazine. If memory serves, she's a widow who lives alone with her 17-year-old daughter. She lost her husband during a visit to a..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?